filthy. Oh, that's...
What is going on, Wi-Fi campaign? MrPwnTart here, back once again to sex you up with another badass Wi-Fi battle. This one will be against KotraTriceratops. That's his YouTube name. A really original guy, because I checked out his vids before this. Really original guy, runs some pretty original sets, and does some really cool shit. So that's exactly why I challenged him. I was like, dude, I gotta battle you, man. Awesome. But a little bit about the Pokemon I'm using here. My guys on the bottom here. This is part of a series I guess I'm doing on my own channel. I call it the Blazing Squirtle series because, well, that's just the name I came up with. Basically, the point is, I just use whatever Pokemon I feel like fucking using for whatever reason. And I don't really think about specific EV spreads or how they work together, or like team synergy, if they cover each other's weaknesses. I'm just having fun. I use whatever sets I want. Like for example, I have a Squirtle because I remember when Squirtle first came on the series, he had sunglasses and a gang. So I was like, dude, you're a fucking thug. You're on my team. Gallade looks like the Green Ranger, so I was like, hell yeah, dude, you're on my team. Parasect, I remember in 4th grade, I had a hermit crab named, and I named it Parasect. And rest in peace, big guy. Excuse me. And Charizard, you know, who doesn't love Charizard? It may be overrated, but I love him. You know, that's why I got Pokemon Red for the Game Boy Color. Rhydon looks like a Transformer, plus he just looks like a mean motherfucker, so that's why I like Rhydon. I've always loved Rhydon. Nidoking was the very first Pokemon I leveled up to 100 on the Game Boy Color, and like I remember I spent hours and hours on that shit, and I was like, yes, Nidoking level 100. So yeah, into the battle here. You know, that's the reason why I have the Pokemon I have here. I'm just playing for fun. You know, it's all for fun. You know, especially with apparently all the drama going on in the Pokemon YouTube community. And okay, you know what? I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, I lead off Nidoking. He leads off with Caracosta. I go for the T-Bolt here. I'm your typical Sheer Force, Life Orb Nidoking. But apparently, since everyone runs like Scarf Nidokings nowadays, I chose to lead with it to bluff the Scarf. And I went for Thunderbolt instead of Earth Power because I knew he had a Drifloon on his team. And so I was like, you know what? Okay, I can just go for T-Bolt. Super effective on it anyways. And he goes this is Manectric here. And goes for the Volt Switch, so I'm guessing he fell for my bluff thinking I'm Scarfed or something. So I was like, yeah, that's good for me because I go straight for the Earth Power, and this is going to be an easy OHKO for me. So I'm looking good right now. I got a 6-4 lead. I'm like, fuck yeah, Dino King. You a boss. You're doing it, big guy. You're doing it. You're doing it big. So, okay, now Gardevoir comes in, and I outspeed it, surprisingly. I'm not sure if Gardevoir have faster base speed or he's just a bulky set or something. He's not. I don't know what type of set this is, but I go for the T-Bolt 2, predicting a switch in his Drifblim now, and he takes me out. So I'm gonna go in my Gallade here. I'm gonna go in my Green Ranger, and I set up the Swords Dance because I'm pretty sure I could take a hit from whatever whatever his Gardevoir wants to do to me. So, yeah, I set up, and he goes into his Eviolite Metang here, or I believe it's Eviolite, I don't see why it wouldn't be. A really cool Pokemon, you know, I remember I used Metang on 4th Gen NU. I don't really know how well he works with Eviolite in 5th Gen, but, you know, props for props for the originality and everything. That's what I'm all about here, and, I went for the Drain Punch on it, and I'm predicting him to switch in his Drifblim again this time, so I'm gonna set up a second Swords Dance. And indeed, he does go into this time predicting me to go for a Drain Punch. So I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm at +4, and I'm a bulky Gallade. I have no attack EVs whatsoever, and I know a lot of people like to run bulk up on this type of set, you know, bulk up with Drain Punch. But I was like, you know what, Gallade can't hardly take a physical hit with a shit anyway. So you know, what's the point? What's the point? I do what I want. So yeah, I'm looking really good right now. His Drifblim went down to a +4 Shadow Sneak, and now he sends in his Emboar. I'm just going to keep it in here. I'm just going to either fodder it off, or if he tries and goes for the Flame Charge to raise his speed or something, then I could, you know, Drain Punch. I can get some damage off on it in return. But he goes straight for the Flare Blitz. I'm like, maybe he's choiced in some way, maybe Scarfed or something. I don't know. I don't know what type of set this is, but send my Charizard, so I'm like, okay, you're not Scarfed. I don't know, he could be like weird, I don't know what he's holding. But the Air Slash will KO it, and now he sends in his Metang here. I was so close to setting up the Sunny Day here because I am a solar powered Charizard. I think I run Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Heat Wave, and Air Slash, and so I was like, you know what, I'm not, because really good thing. Why I didn't? Because now he goes into Gardevoir and traces my solar power. So if I would have set up the Sunny Day, then this Gardevoir would just rape my team. And you'll see why here. I missed the Heat Wave. I'm like, what the fuck? 90% accuracy, and I missed it. So he gets up a Calm Mind, which you see here does matter because after I hit the second Heat Wave, he's gonna live like fucking like 20 health. I'm like, shit. Like now he's faster than all my Pokemon I have left. And he's got a +1, it's +1 special attack. I'm like, shit. I hope my Rhydon can take a hit. And the Squirrel I have on my team is not my fake out Aqua Jet set, so I have no priority on it. But thankfully my Rhydon does live, and I do take it out. So that would be good game, KotraTriceratops. Peace the fuck out, Wi-Fi campaign. Y'all have a beautiful day.